Intro. The escalating tensions between Iran and the United States have reached a critical juncture, marked by direct threats and heightened military posturing. Following President Trump's warning against violence towards protesters in Iran, Tehran has responded with a serious threat targeting all U.S. bases and forces in the region. This analysis will explore the background, context, and implications of this escalation, considering the potential consequences for regional stability and international security. Main points. Iran's warning represents a significant shift in its rhetoric and strategic positioning, directly threatening U.S. military assets in the Middle East. The U.S. has vowed a strong response to any actions against protesters, adding to the escalation of conflict. The regional implications of this situation are significant, potentially drawing in other actors and exacerbating existing conflicts. Background and history. The relationship between Iran and the U.S. has been fraught with tension since the 1979 Islamic Revolution. The U.S. support for the Shah regime before the revolution, followed by the hostage crisis, has fueled a deep-seated mistrust. Tensions have increased since the U.S. withdrawal from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, commonly known as the Iran nuclear deal, and the reimposition of sanctions. The assassination of Qasem Soleimani further intensified the conflict. Context. The current escalation is unfolding against a backdrop of domestic unrest in Iran. The protests, fueled by economic grievances and dissatisfaction with the government, represent a challenge to the Iranian regime. President Trump's response to the protests, while framed as support for the Iranian people, is viewed by Tehran as interference in its internal affairs. The U.S. strategy of maximum pressure, aimed at curbing Iran's nuclear ambitions and regional influence, has not achieved its desired outcome. Analysis. Iran's threat to U.S. bases and forces should be taken seriously, despite the potential for it to be seen as a deterrent tactic. The statement is not an isolated incident but a direct response to U.S. policy and rhetoric. The Iranian leadership may be willing to take significant risks to deter further escalation and protect its interests. The strategic significance of the region is immense, with numerous U.S. military bases and assets located in proximity to Iran. Any military confrontation could have devastating consequences. The potential for miscalculation and unintended escalation is high. Conclusion. The current situation between Iran and the U.S. is extremely precarious. Both sides are engaged in a dangerous game of brinkmanship, with the potential for miscalculation or miscommunication. De-escalation requires a diplomatic effort focused on addressing the underlying issues and creating a pathway for dialogue. The international community must play a constructive role in preventing further escalation and promoting regional stability. The consequences of a full-scale conflict would be disastrous for the region and the world. A carefully considered and nuanced approach is required to navigate this crisis and prevent further escalation.